What happens when love, lies, and crypto collide? You get a digital empire built on heartbreak, deception, and unimaginable wealth, and now, one of the biggest financial takedowns in cybercrime history. In October 2025, the United States Department of Justice and its international partners announced the seizure of roughly 127,271 bitcoins, worth about $15 billion, linked to a global scam empire led by Chen Zhi. Ainton, a Cambodian-based tycoon known in criminal circles as Vincent. This operation marks the largest crypto asset seizure in U.S. history and exposes a chilling truth about how modern-day slavery and online fraud have merged into a single, global machine of manipulation. It all started with a term known in the underground as pig butchering, from the Chinese phrase sha zhu pan, meaning to fatten the pig before slaughtering it. It's not literal, but it's every bit as brutal. Scammers lure victims online through fake relationships or investment opportunities, build their trust over weeks or months, then drain their savings in elaborate crypto frauds. Chen Zhi took that model and industrialized it. He built an empire that stretched across Cambodia, Laos, and Myanmar, where scam compounds operated like factories. These were heavily guarded buildings where hundreds of trafficked workers were imprisoned, beaten, and forced to run scams around the clock. Some were tech-savvy graduates duped into jobs that turned out to be digital slavery. Others were sold between compounds like merchandise, their passports confiscated, and their freedom erased. Inside these compounds, workers operated fake crypto trading apps, dating accounts, and WhatsApp investment groups designed to con people worldwide. Victims were convinced they were in love or that they'd found a secret investment opportunity. They sent their life savings. And that's when the butchering began. When the US and its allies finally moved in, it wasn't just about human rights, it was about money. Investigators traced a massive digital trail of stolen funds that led straight to the Prince Holding Group, Chen Zhi's billion-dollar conglomerate. On paper, it dealt in real estate, hospitality, and banking. In reality, it was laundering money from one of the largest cybercrime operations ever uncovered. The U.S. Department of Justice unsealed a formal indictment on October 14, 2025, charging Chen Zhi with wire fraud, money laundering, and human trafficking offenses linked to forced labor compounds. The same day, the Treasury Department froze 127,271 bitcoins held in wallets connected to his network, a record-breaking seizure. Across the ocean, British authorities froze luxury properties worth hundreds of millions of pounds. Oisdairns, Sim, were handed to Neuenstam, including a Mayfair penthouse and an entire Canary Wharf block. In Asia, police raids revealed abandoned compounds filled with discarded phones, SIM cards, and notebooks documenting thousands of victims worldwide. But how did Chen Zhi pull this off? Well, it all began with romance manipulation. Thousands of trained workers posed as attractive singles online, building emotional bonds with their targets. Once trust was gained, they would pivot to crypto opportunities, guiding victims step by step until they sent real money. The second method was fake investment platforms. Victims were directed to legitimate-looking trading apps that showed fabricated profits. Then came the crypto laundering. Chen's network funneled billions through unregistered wallets and exchanges, converting stolen assets into Bitcoin, stablecoins, and offshore investments. Some of that crypto even passed through legitimate trading platforms before disappearing into anonymous digital wallets. And behind it all was control through violence. Former workers later revealed they were held under armed guard, denied passports, and beaten if they failed to meet quotas. One survivor described being forced to scam 10 people a day under threat of electric shock. When investigators pieced everything together, the numbers were honestly staggering. Over $15 billion in stolen digital currency, tens of thousands of victims across North America, Europe, and Asia, and hundreds of trafficked laborers forced into scam factories. Experts have called this operation a new form of organized crime, one that mixes the emotional manipulation of romance fraud, the technology of crypto laundering, and the brutality of modern slavery. Authorities say the seized Bitcoin wallets represent only a fraction of Chen Zhi's total empire. They estimate he controlled at least 300 shell companies, dozens of real estate investments, and a secret mining operation used to clean tainted crypto. In response, the United States Treasury labeled his business network a transnational criminal organization, while FinCEN and other agencies sanctioned hundreds of associates. The Prince Group, once seen as a legitimate corporate powerhouse, is now frozen, under investigation in multiple countries. But what does this mean for ordinary people? It means the days of thinking of crypto scams as small-time schemes are over. The pig butchering model shows how online romance, finance, and human trafficking can intersect in terrifying ways. It's a billion-dollar industry powered by deception and despair. For victims, justice is slow but possible. The seized assets will eventually be liquidated, with proceeds directed toward restitution. For law enforcement, the case sets a precedent, proving that even the largest crypto criminals can be tracked, exposed, and stripped of their power. And for the rest of us, it's a warning. Scams today are not random. They're industrial, coordinated, and psychological. You're not chatting with a single scammer in a basement. You're talking to an entire operation scripted to manipulate your emotions and your wallet. It typically begins with a simple message. A scammer matches with a victim on a dating app or social media platform. The first few weeks feel like a fairy tale. Late-night texts, sweet compliments, promises of a future together. Then, as trust builds, the scammer introduces crypto investing or a friend's business opportunity. The victim, emotionally attached, is guided step by step into opening an account on what appears to be a legitimate trading website. Every day they see fake profits increase on the screen, and they're encouraged to invest more. The illusion of success grows, until one day, the withdrawals stop, the site vanishes, the lover stops replying, and the victim's money, often their entire life savings, is gone. Even with Chen Ji's empire collapsing, similar compounds continue to operate across Southeast Asia. Thousands of trafficked workers remain trapped in neighboring countries, forced to carry on the scams under new names. Governments across the region are now under pressure to crack down, while crypto regulators are tightening controls on anonymous wallets and exchanges. But this story isn't just about one man, it's about a new frontier of crime. In the digital age, trust has become the ultimate currency, and scammers have learned to weaponize it. The fall of Chen Ji sends a message to cybercriminals everywhere. No empire, no matter how encrypted, is untouchable. The $15 billion freeze is a wake-up call, proof that global coordination, blockchain analysis, and human perseverance can still bring the biggest fraudsters to their knees. The pig butchering scam is a tragedy wrapped in technology, millions of lives shattered by manipulation and greed. Yet the unprecedented seizure of Chen Ji's fortune is also a turning point. It shows that even in the murky world of crypto, justice can shine a light. But remember, these scams evolve faster than regulations. The next time someone online offers you love, trust, or an exclusive investment opportunity, stop and think. Because behind the screen, it might not be romance, it might be a billion-dollar criminal syndicate waiting to butcher the next pig.